You're listening to the Raw Reaction on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Angry Parks and VOC Nation, this is my man, Big Dick, and yours truly, Angry Sentai for the Raw Reaction. Big Dick, how you doing tonight, buddy? Where you at?
Brother, I am back in the nation of democracy, the nation of capitalism. I am back in the U.S. of A. This past week, I spent some time in the nation of Sabio Vega, of Raul Castro.
Savio Vega was in Puerto Rico. You were in Cuba.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Well,
Close.
to know Americans can come to Cuba now. You're one of the few that has been there.
I am a dissident. It is the country of Barack Hussein Obama, and I'm happy to report that I have broken bread there and cracked many a cerveza in that lovely nation. But,
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you're back. But did I just hear what I thought I heard in the background?
what was that?
Was that the Big Dick Steamboat?
Brother, you know, there's no containing the Big Dick Steamboat. It gets to this hour, and the Big Steamboat is full speed ahead.
Well, that would mean, and it's perfect timing, the Big Dick Steamboat would ask us, where are you physically tonight? What state of the United States are you in?
Physical state that I am in Virginia, the state of Virginia, very close to Virginia.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Wow, how about that? Well, glad to have you in the VA. You're not too far from Killer Kev in Kentucky. Very good. Very good.
There's middle states. I'm in the middle tonight.
Speaking of the middle states, in Dubai, another nation, the Dubai Cup was contested, and it looks like your boy California Chrome is back, former Triple Crown contendee. In his year 5, he wins the biggest race in the world. Well, the richest race in the world.
Yeah, it was nice to see. I have to wonder what Steve Coburn had to say about that after the race. I assume it's something uber offensive and probably would have started an international embarrassment if he were allowed to just speak his mind in the nation of Dubai.
Well, I've learned a lot from him. Like, Triple Crown means 3, which I really appreciated him laying it down. Triple Crown means 3. There's 3 legs. That's why they call it the Triple Crown. Not 2. Not 1. These horses need to run in all 3. You can't just show up for the first one and the third one, because that doesn't make 3, and they call it Triple Crown.
Yeah, to go a little further there, Angry Tensai, that'd be myself, an able-bodied real American, were to play basketball against a handicapped child. That is the disadvantage that horses, American heroes, like Mr. Coburn and California Chrome, have been forced to overcome. And I just don't think it's fair, damn it. It's just not fair.
No. You know what was fair tonight? That we got I think, and I said this to Killer Kev before we went on the air, the thing I like about Raw this week and next week is, I will tell you, generally every year, these are the 2 best Raws every single year. And I think this week was no exception. I thought they did a really nice job building up WrestleMania. What did you think of tonight's show?
You know what? In discussing with somebody earlier today, said, what do you think Raw is going to be like tonight? And I said, I think it's going to be a hell of a lot better than last week and a hell of a lot worse than next week. I thought it was a good show, not a show-stealing great show. But I think he did a good job as it needed to leading into the pay-per-view. I think going into the pay-per-view, there were a lot of matches. Like I was actually thinking about it today, and I'm like,
Big Dick Steamboat.
who is Kalisto facing for the championship?
He's facing Ryback.
No, I understand that, but I was thinking of it today, and I completely forgot that he had a budding rivalry, yet alone WWE title match at the pay-per-view. Yeah, they decided to remind me of that tonight. And Ryback came out to a lovely Goldberg chant. It was actually pretty impressive.
Yes. Well, I guess to really to recap it, that was a very slight point of the show. I mean, I think you're grasping at straws here. The Kalisto versus Connor match from Ascension didn't really mean much. Ryback came and cornered him, and yeah, you know what, Vic? We know that Kalisto versus Ryback is not going to be much of a match at WrestleMania. It'll probably be on the main card, it looks like, based on what they announced today. But it's no other reason than a vehicle to show Kalisto can overcome the odds and beat a big man. There's no way Ryback's going to beat him, even though it's being booked to look that way.
Yeah. You know what? I can almost say, it being a U.S. title match, I could even see this match being put onto the pre-show along with, I think right now they have the Dudley Boys versus the Usos, two more, pretty much insignificant stories and tag teams that we have right now.
Yes. You pick a crazy place to start, bro, because in reality, you know where we're going to start? Shane McMahon, Undertaker. Let's just get it out there, bro. I love this segment. Dude, this is what WrestleMania is all about. And you know something, man? This crowd was a heel crowd, but they loved the segment. They ate it up. They respect both men. And WrestleMania, look no further than the match that will steal the show and will be the match on the show. Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. Bluntly put, Undertaker tonight calls out Shane McMahon and essentially says WrestleMania is his yard and Hell in a Cell is his game, and there's no way that with his legacy on the line, Undertaker's given this match up. And Undertaker basically said he'll be back for another WrestleMania. This is not going to be his last WrestleMania, which was pretty profound that he said that. But he also said, in order to not make it my last WrestleMania, I know I have to win this match as well, and I'm prepared essentially to kill Shane McMahon. But he also said when all is said and done, he will deal with Vince as well. Well, Shane didn't take too kindly to that. Shane came out and said, you know what, I respect you, but I know what it's going to take to beat you, and I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. And you know what, you're a tool of Vince's destruction, whatever you want to call yourself. Well, you're not walking out. You're not walking out. I don't care what your legacy is at WrestleMania. Well, Undertaker said none of that. He said, you know what, rich boy or bitch boy, I don't know, one of the two, he said. He said, get your ass down here in the ring. No hesitation. Shane goes to the ring. These guys have a brawl, man. And Undertaker initially takes it to Shane fiercely, throws him into the padding on the side, throws him, literally like choke slammed him over the top rope. To get him out there. He kind of like threw him over with a push. It was pretty awesome. But you know what? Shane was able to get crafty. He picked up a monitor, caught Undertaker with the edge of it, and then, dude, I couldn't believe it. Now, if you fans who didn't see it are thinking of the table outside the ring, imagine the table outside of the ring. Imagine the right hand side if you were approaching the table where JBL and everybody sits. Okay, and imagine Shane hits Undertaker with the TV, knocks him out cold essentially, busts him open on the right corner of that table. Shane proceeds to go up the left turnbuckle, not the right one, which would be closer, to the other side of the ring. And I'm thinking, listen, I've seen Shane do some awesome things. There is no way he's gonna get across the ring to the end of that other table. It's just not gonna happen. And if they do it, they're going to edit it out and make it look like he hit him when he didn't. Dude, Shane McMahon literally flew kicking his feet in the air, hits a perfect elbow drop across the table. And dude, the dude looked like $1 million. He's never at any point in his life looked like this. He was ripped. He was shredded. He jumped across the ring. Dude, I've never seen anything like it. The crowd went ballistic. Attitude era ballistic. Big Dick, what were you thinking at that point? I knew this was gonna happen. Oh boy. Oh boy, Big Dick.
Wow. So what are your thoughts on this match? How is it going to play out?
Wait a second. We had one of the biggest moments in Raw history tonight. And you're not going to comment on that?
No, I'm asking you your thoughts. This is obviously leading into the pay-per-view match. And I want your thoughts.
I want your thoughts on what I was describing and leading up to for the last 5 minutes. When Shane McMahon, maybe I'll get him to speed, jumped across the turnbuckle onto the table. The other side of the table.
It's bringing what I thought when we first had Shane McMahon come out. He's gonna lay it all on the line. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I think it's going to be the main event because WWE doesn't have anything else to be the main event right now.
Big Dick, did you see that? Did you see that elbow?
Yeah, dude, that was it was impressive. But the thing is, there's gonna be, you think that's impressive? There's gonna be a lot more than that by both parties at the pay-per-view. I think that, they're gonna come out, it's not gonna be a 40-minute Iron Man type match. It's going to be a match, maybe a 20-minute, 25-minute match with probably like 6 or 7 spots like that, where literally they're just like, okay, let's just recklessly jump off the top of the cage, or jump off the side of the cage, or do something on top of the cage. There's going to be some spots that have you saying, holy shit.
I'm just saying, I've watched a lot of Raw over the years, and I would say that was one of the biggest moments of the last 5 years. I don't know how the hell he made it across the ring. And if you weren't excited about the match, you are now. And honestly, Shane is more jacked up and more ready to go. And it actually makes his run during the Attitude Era kind of look like crap, because he was literally probably like 30 years old at that point, and he just didn't take care of himself physically. He was still a great athlete, but look at him now. He looks like a real athlete. He should have done that back then. Imagine how great his career could have been. Unbelievable.
At the same time, dude, you have to remember that he was never, he would wrestle a half dozen times a year. He wasn't he was never an active wrestler. He was always wrestling a half dozen times a year. And, I think part of it is, like you said, he's like 45 years old right now. He's full head of gray. It's more impressive to see him at this age doing what he's doing. If he did it at 30, he would just be like a very good wrestler.
Right.
Now it's like, holy shit, he hasn't taken the 15 bumps in there where the fuck leg up or fuck his arm up or fluke injuries. He's probably had a half dozen matches since then. And then he's training and just getting in shape. But he hasn't had a build up and hasn't been on the road, hasn't been constant gym for training. So, I think that's part of the reason. And it's neat to see. I'm really looking forward to this match. I think you sold me on a little bit. And today was sort of a culmination that, you know what, this deserves to be the main event at the pay-per-view.
Do you think that based upon what you saw in that match, or in that interaction, Shane clearly got the better of the Undertaker? Do you believe that was your typical trading segments? Do you feel like because of what happened, now Undertaker's guaranteed to win because he took such a bad spot?
I don't necessarily think so. I think if this was a IC title match, then maybe, or a US title match, then maybe. But, yeah, I don't think so. I think this is set. I think the WrestleMania match is sort of set up sort of have a life of their own.
Yeah, I think I know you might think I'm crazy, but I think Shane is going to find a way to win this match, and I think it's going to be complete bullshit how he wins it, but I think he will win the match, and I do think the Mean Street Posse will be at WrestleMania. I'm not making a joke. I actually do think they'll play a part in the match. Anyway, we move on. Another build up tonight was Roman Reigns versus Triple H. And Roman Reigns, man, did the crowd eat him up. He got killed. And if that's what WrestleMania looks like, it's going to be a long night for Roman Reigns. The fans were not into him. They weren't necessarily marking out for Triple H as a face. However, they do respect Triple H. That was clear. Stephanie McMahon did a great job trying to sell everything we hate about her to get Triple H over as a heel. The crowd still didn't buy it. And you know, one thing I don't know, Vic, if you agree with me on this, I kind of get sad by, is Triple H was selling himself so hard about being the 14-time champion, the best superstar ever, and he's doing that because he's building himself up because he's passing the torch to Roman Reigns, and it's just a shame that Triple H has to do this, and I'm really bummed that Roman Reigns is going to probably beat Triple H, which is bullshit. What do you think?
You know what? I don't know about this. I feel like WWE is freaking kicking themselves in the ass for this match because they've tried so hard to get Roman Reigns as a face. They've done everything, and short of having The Rock run in, which could be a real possibility, I don't see Roman Reigns getting a cheer at WrestleMania. I mean,
Yeah.
he's gotten freaking his ass handed to him. In WWE, I mean, I think we discussed this a couple of weeks ago. What's going to be the main event? And I said that it has to be the title.
Well, the Big Dick Steamboat just came in and it's predicting that Undertaker and Shane will be the last match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that after the last couple of weeks, it has to be the last match because there's no way that WWE puts on the last match outside of it could be the main event if they have a run-in plan for it. I mean, if they're planning to have The Rock run in or something like that, then, but I don't know. I have a hard time if they just rock in 15 minutes into the match and just say, okay, Rock, you're now a part of this championship match. I have a big problem with that. I don't think that happens. I think Rock is part of the pay-per-view, but as of right now, he's either on the pre-show or he's wrestling the Uso brothers.
Is it possible that we will see Virgil make an appearance at WrestleMania?
You know what? I've heard that Virgil is booking shows, and he actually has an autograph session set up for the bathroom in the nosebleed section. He's gonna be in the bathroom. He's gonna be signing autographs, telling stories of his days back on the road with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, amongst others. But yeah, I hear he's gonna be running some real estate. I mean, champion like him, somebody who's super hard in demand, super charismatic. I think he's gonna be a positive contribution.
I love Virgil. Now, you know, yeah, Triple H, you know what I thought was interesting? He enlisted the Dudleys later in the night to jump Roman Reigns, and you kind of saw what Bubba Ray is capable of on the mic by himself, like he did in TNA, and it looked right. Him going after Roman Reigns, I really thought they were going to go one-on-one. That was interesting, but
yeah, I don't know. I sort of see that turning into something else. There being another match or a future match, or I don't know. It doesn't feel like it feels like doing it all wrong. Stories coming all wrong with how it should be told.
Right. Well, I don't know, man. I don't think there's much you can do with Roman Reigns. I mean, he's never on the mic. I mean, he's not good on the mic. So, you know, I really think Triple H is doing all he can to put this guy over. He really is. So we'll see what happens there. I did like the Ambrose Lesnar build up because I actually initially was like, okay, you saw two awesome build ups tonight. There is no way this is going to be a good build up. Well, basically, Brock Lesnar came out and just talked about how this is basically going to be an easy win for him, and he's
I in there. You just said there's no way it's going to be a good promo, and I have to say you're right here. I think this is a freaking awesome promo.
It was awesome, right? I thought it was going to be terrible, and Dean Ambrose did the coolest thing. I mean, I don't even know if we can describe it and do it justice. It was so awesome.
He basically came out of the stand, or out on a, with a little red wagon with a Dean Ambrose symbol spray painted on each side, proceeded to circle the ring, or halfway around the ring, or in the center, completely ignore Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman in the ring, and basically demand that they wrestle him at WrestleMania on Raws. He pretty much came out, and for the last month or two that they've been talking about it, he picked up every weapon that they discussed, chainsaw, bat with barbed wire, whatever, from under the ring, filled in his little red wagon. I don't even think he made eye contact with Brock Lesnar, and proceeded to drive off the property, or to pull the thing out off backstage. I mean, it was pretty cool, and I don't think there was anything after that. I mean, that was cool in and of itself.
I thought it was awesome. Yeah, I agree. I mean, and you could tell, like, Lesnar's character loves all the he loves all the actions of Ambrose. He doesn't know what to make of them, but you can tell he really is amused by them. So it really is an interesting dynamic that Lesnar does not hate Dean Ambrose. He knows he has to beat his ass. He wants to beat his ass, but he's absolutely amused by him. And I really like the dynamic of how they kept both of these guys' faces, but yet badasses, yet justifying a feud. This actually was a lot better than I thought it would be. Now I'm really intrigued to see the match when I wasn't, because I like both guys, and I thought Ambrose had no chance, but he's crazy enough to maybe pull it off. We'll see. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be, that's probably going to be one of the most entertaining matches. I could see that match go 30, 35 minutes, even with the weapons. I think that match and the ladder match for the IC title strap, I think those are the two matches that absolutely really 100% steal the show out there.
No way on the IC title match, but we'll get back to that. You know what? I want to talk about as far as the matches go that really bother me and things that really bother me. I have a real problem with the fact, with the way the League of Nations has been used. I have no issue with the New Day. They're awesome. They're entertaining and they're great. I have no issue with the League of Nations. I have no issue with this feud. I like this feud. However, the New Day can be tag team champions. That's fine. But honestly, they should not beat the League of Nations at anything. And the fact that Kofi Kingston pretty much cleanly beat Del Rio today with a roll up, I have a huge problem with that. Alberto Del Rio was like a main eventer. His first match back, he beat John Cena, and he's in the best shape of his life. He looks like $1 million. He's great on the mic. There's great chemistry amongst this League of Nations team, and we know the tag titles are not on the line at WrestleMania. The only way this could play out would be the League of Nations absolutely destroys the New Day, but that's not going to happen. And I look across the ring, and I see a former world champion Sheamus, a former world champion Del Rio, a guy who was within a hair of winning the world title in Rusev. Same with Wade Barrett. These guys deserve so much better, and they're as a group, they're awesome together. I like their t-shirts. I like their music. I like their Titantron. I mean, honestly, man, I don't get it. I'm not understanding why they're not being utilized as like the main heels. Like, why are we putting these guys in the corner and saying, okay, you guys can't do anything except have a good time on camera amongst yourselves? Vic, help me out here.
Yeah, man. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling. I think, what match were you just talking about?
Killer Kev. Killer Kev, you on?
Yes.
What did you make of that interaction between me and Big Dick?
It's like two ships passing in the night.
Did I give all I could for about 2 minutes there to really lay a scenario out, to really give a passionate play?
You gave all, and the Big Dick tugboat sailed by without even tooting its horn.
You are so funny, man.
The Big Dick sailboat is slowly taking on water.
Okay, Big Dick. I'll shorten it up. I was saying I think the League of Nations is a group of main eventers, and I said I feel like they are grossly misused. I said I feel like they have a ton of chemistry, and I have a problem with the fact that a guy who is a borderline main eventer, is a main eventer, Alberto Del Rio, essentially lost clean tonight to Kofi Kingston by a roll-up. All those things.
You know what? I'd agree. I feel like the League of Nations, this is a state, like there's stables elevate everyone, the Four Horsemen. This is a stable that de-elevates people. This is like the social outcast as far as a stable. There's no collective benefit. I mean, Del Rio could go be by himself and be a title contender for the IC title strap. And he's stuck wrestling for the title of greatest tag team in the world, I guess, or most dominant tag team, whatever they call it. And that's going to be a 3 or 4 man matchup on the next pay-per-view, with possibly Jonathan Coachman, our prior friend from WWE, being quite involved with that match.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's a waste. I think that, you know what, I could see Sheamus taking Rusev or something like that, but having all 4 together and having Del Rio tag up in a 3-way match, I don't know, it just feels like a stretch. It's a downgrade for him. He's sort of got to be. I think he's saying, "Hey, you know what? I got all this money. I finally agreed to come back, get my Pepsi back. Hashtag WWE New Beginnings. Hashtag Go Raw. You're great. Hashtag The Internet is stellar."
Well,
but I think that they're kicking their asses because this is a gross misuse of their talent.
Right. I mean, honestly, I think they've done everything they could. I mean, and I love their new T-shirts. I want the one Del Rio had.
You know what? I don't want to see their T-shirts. I don't think that they should have. I think that they should be, as soon as this loss takes place, they should just say, "Okay, have a nice life."
I'm going to the WWE shop right now. I want to see if the League of Nations shirts are available. I want one.
Get them while they're hot, because I think that after this pay-per-view, I think they say, "Hey, you know what, King Barrett, go home. We don't need you anymore." And
whoa! Are the Social Outcast T-shirts $15?
Wow, that's not a bad deal.
It says $15 T-shirts, and it's select ones. I mean, I'm hoping if Social Outcast is $15, I'm buying one right now. Bootios, you can buy your Bootios online. A box of Bootios.
Nice. I actually read somewhere this week. I was reading one of those top 10 lists, and it had a list of top 10 tag or all-time tag, or something like that. And the New Day was like number 2 or number 3 tag team.
Wow,
I thought that was pretty impressive.
Dude, why are the Social Outcast T-shirts on sale for $15? That's not a good sign.
No, I'm feeling they're going back to wear those T-shirts as enhancement talent.
It says hashtag social outcasts now trending on the back. Oh man, what a beautiful shirt. That's the one to get, guys. Get the Social Outcasts. Speaking of which, they've done everything they can to try and help sell that Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which apparently I guess Braun Strowman is not in because he hasn't been in any of the segments, but didn't Kane choke slam Big Show last week? Why are they tag team partners this week and getting along?
I don't know. I think that that's just sort of one of those train wrecks where they have Mark Henry come out. This is Mark Henry's last pay-per-view in Texas, his home state, and they job him out big time.
Right.
In comparison to Kane and Big Show.
Who's gonna win the Andre the Giant, buddy?
You know, I hope it's Braun Strowman, just because they need to do something with him, and I hope it's not. I want to see Kane or Big Show win it again.
You know what's interesting? This is funny. The WWE Network $9.99 T-shirt is on sale for $4.99.
Wow.
You know what? Why doesn't every WWE Network subscriber get one of those T-shirts for free? I think we should.
The Tough Enough shirt is $5.99.
Oh, who's gonna buy that shit?
This is amazing, guys. There's the Miz. The Miz has a shirt that's $5.99. Anybody want that one?
I take a Miz shirt. My birthday's in a few days. You want to get me a Miz shirt?
Maybe.
I'm a size medium.
You know what's funny?
What?
I'm looking at some of these shirts. I mean, I can't believe some of the ones that are so cheap. The U.S. title John Cena shirt's $5.99. Cesaro and Kids only $7.99. I guess they're not getting back together.
Do they have any more CM Punk shirts?
No.
Damn. I just found my CM Punk shirt that I bought like 2 or 3 years ago.
I bet Big Dick the Macho Man T-shirt's $8.99. That's a good deal.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, the classic one. Vic, which one are you gonna get?
You know what? I want to get a Curtis Axel non-social outcast shirt.
Nice, man. Nice. Well,
like he knocks his family to Curtis the Axel handle.
There you go. The Divas tonight, Big Dick. So I don't really remember much about the match, but there was a schmozzy multiple women match, which I think only had a singles match in it. Emma with Tamina and like 2 other people took on Brie Bella. Who was in that match? I want to say Emma won the match because of interference by Lana. But who did she beat? It was a total diva. Was it Paige? Yeah, I think Paige lost to, am I right about that? Was it Paige that lost to Emma? Yeah, it was. Paige lost to Emma. Paige was with the cast of Total Divas versus Team Bad and Lana, Summer Rae, and, Emma, who's up from NXT, and who makes the save none other than Summer Rae to join not Summer Rae, the red woman, Eva Marie, who's smoking hot. She comes and makes the save and will get a WrestleMania payout. What do you think, Vic?
You know what? I think that everybody needs a WrestleMania payout, and that's what tonight was about. It's literally, okay, well, you have the card, we either stick you in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, or we're going to stick you in a shitty IC strap match.
Do you know what you can buy from WWF Shop Zone? You can buy an Eva Marie stand up, like for your room, like life size, $34.99.
Wow. That's, pretty impressive. I think that might be my new, wrestling attire.
What pervert would buy a life size Eva Marie standing item?
I have a wall dedicated to them walking up my stairway to heaven.
No, but what do you do with that?
The Big Dick Tugboat starts making a move. That is when I heard about this and I'm ready to do it.
Vic, are you drunk?
No, I'm just absolutely freaking exhausted right now. I'm struggling.
Well, we'll just talk about the Divas title match because I wanted to point something out that I thought you'd think's funny. Charlotte non-title match tonight against Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch loses thanks to Ric Flair interference. We know they're all gonna wrestle at the pay-per-view. Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks for the women's title. But do you know what occurred to me tonight?
What's that?
Have you ever looked at Charlotte's Titantron?
No, I've been busy staring at her.
Charlotte's Titantron in the background, the way she's spinning around and the way the lighting is, it looks like she's dancing at a strip club and she's a stripper. It literally looks like she's at a strip club and she's a stripper. Just saying. And that's it. Big Dick, that's all I got. So you don't have to say anything more. You can pass out. You can.
You know what? The sleeper match for the pay-per-view, which I absolutely love, is the 10-man 5-on-5 women's pay-per-view. Let everybody get a WrestleMania payout.
Yeah, you think so?
No, I think it's just suck. And I think it's the way to put women in there and it should also be in a pre-show. There's a lot of matches I feel should be in a pre-show.
AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho just got officially signed finally tonight. You think they'll deliver?
I think they will. However, I'm not a.
Wow, the Skype gods put Big Dick out of his misery. Thank you, Skype gods. Anyway, it should be a great show. I'm excited for it. I thought tonight was a great Raw, nonetheless. And you folks could probably tell I'm at least really excited about tonight's Raw. Kev, what's going on in the network, buddy?
Well, what's going on is we are getting ready for WrestleMania this weekend. But before we get to that, tomorrow night on the Undisputed Wrestling Show, we are going to have a special episode dedicated to one of the biggest fan fests in Indiana, Heroes and Legends 6. It took place this weekend, and the Undisputed Wrestling Show staff were an integral part of that program. So they're going to give you their reports on what happened at the show. We may have some pre-recorded interviews with some of the wrestlers that appeared there. There were a lot of big names, and you can find out more about that show tomorrow night. Wednesday night, of course, Glove Up or Shut Up with Stevie J and Peter H., where we'll run down the latest in MMA, UFC, Bellator, and anything else that's going on. Thursday night, AMP, we are going to be previewing WrestleMania there, and we're also going to be previewing the big New Japan show that is going to be taking place on April 10th, as well as reviewing the New Japan show that just happened this past Easter Sunday. And then Friday night, we'll wrap everything else with Over the Top Radio with Ed in San Antonio as he is getting ready to prepare for WrestleMania weekend himself.
Now, Ed in San Antonio, does he still go to that Figure 4 wrestling thing?
I'm sure he does.
Yo, I'm back.
Good. How do I go to that? I would like to see, I want to go and be part of their clique.
I'm assuming you have to get a subscription to Figure 4 and you go over to their website. I think that's f4w.com. I think. I don't know. I'm not a subscriber myself, but you get on their message boards and you find Ed, and there you go.
That sounds like That sounds like what I should be doing with my life.
You definitely should.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna go back into the archives tonight at Angry Marks and try and find the episodes where they spend 2 hours and talk about all their adventures in the hotel rooms and in the Holiday Inns and the conference rooms and all the things they do. I like hearing the stories.
Yep, you'll definitely find all kinds of stories.
Definitely should be exciting. Well, that's all we got tonight. I think that's about it. You didn't say who our special guests were going to be on the Undisputed show.
I don't know what interviews that they actually conducted live there. I will find that out tomorrow afternoon. So all I know for sure is that we are talking about the convention.
The Republican convention?
No, the Heroes and Legends Fan Fest.
Who's going to be at the Heroes and Legends Fan Fest?
That was this past weekend, so you're not going to be able to go now. You're going to have to wait for next year's. But, there was all kinds of big names there. Of course, you know, from our co-host, Drew Skills, is the undisputed Heroes and Legends heavyweight champion. He's held that belt for several years now and still has not been topped off or knocked off. Although he was facing a challenge this weekend from the Monster Abyss.
What type of person would track cross country to go to the Heroes and Legends convention?
Somebody who really likes fan conventions, somebody who wants to catch up with some of their favorite wrestling stars.
Weird.
Say what?
I think it's a little weird.
I don't know. I don't have time to go to fan conventions. If I had money and I had leisure time and you know and all that, you know, maybe. You know, I mean, heck, Stevie J's going to WrestleMania again this year. I've never been to a WrestleMania, so.
You know, I just want to see Eva Marie wrestle Alexa Bliss for 20 hours straight. That's what I want to say.
You think they could keep it up?
Doesn't matter.
Could you keep it up?
No. That's what I want to say.
We know Big Vic can't keep it up because he's dying over there.
Yeah, I'd be sleeping through it.
I think I understand what's going on, and this is what the problem is. I believe, and I could be wrong here. Like generally, I try and sit up and sit on a chair when I'm podcasting so that sounds good for the people who give up their precious time to listen, or there's absolutely a subset of people that think we're a complete freaking joke and they listen just basically as a rib to see what stupid shit we're gonna do, like not intentionally week after week. So I've convinced, and I'll probably get the answer affirmative right here, that the reason why Big Dick keeps passing out is I think he puts his computer on a couch or a bed, and I think he lays down on his back and talks into his computer. I think he does that, and if he does, that's really bad. Am I hitting a nerve, Big Dick? Is that what you do? I'm right. Kev, I have to be right. Right? Like,
I think you're right.
Oh my god. This is so bad.
Well, that's okay. You've done it a time or two yourself.
Not recently.
No, not recently. I'm just saying you've done it a time or two. I've done it a time or two myself. You know, I mean, there's some nights I come into these shows and I'm completely wiped out from a day, or I'm not feeling good. So,
this
you know,
is new for Big Dick over the last calendar year, though, and I would say like the first year and a half, he did not fall asleep ever. And there was like one show about a year plus ago where I felt it was the Chicken Head show.
You're right.
And he was like pissed at me. Like, he kept grilling. Oh, you didn't hear us? You didn't hear it? Like, oh no, I heard. I was like trying to play it off. And now that dude can't stay awake for fucking 5 minutes of any show.
He works too hard.
Oh man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I hope if next week's Raw can't keep Big Vic up, I don't know what will. I'll leave it there. Right? It's the best Raw of the year. It's gonna be crazy. All the Canadians and Englanders are gonna come in to the America to watch it, and it's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
But one quick question: do you think Reigns is gonna get killed at WrestleMania?
I don't know.
I'm interested. Well, that's pretty much it. Good stuff.
All right, so see you WrestleMania weekend?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to be doing coverage for the website Sunday night starting at, I think 7 p.m. is showtime. So we'll probably have coverage start kicking off at around 5 p.m. on the website if you're not able to watch it live. And this day and age, there should be no fucking reason why you're not paying $9.99 to go watch WrestleMania. If you have any interest in it, just pay the $9.99. Forget the damn pirate sites. The only reason I can think of it is because you can't watch it because you're at work, but you can still go visit websites and fuck off. And in that case, we really appreciate you visiting AngryMarks.com and doing that. We will most certainly be more than happy to help you fuck off.
Very good. Well, interesting stuff, and we should be good. We're out of here.